All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just giving the stream a little bit of time to start here, making sure everything is as it should be. Uh, Checking to see if the sound, I always get the reverb. Right, welcome. Okay, there it is. All right. So good evening. Hello, Gooba. Hey, good vibe tribe, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'm very excited to be back doing a live again. So I'm just going to give it a moment or two here to get flowing and going. The delay is always interesting. So, all right, we got a thumbs up there. So we'll put this here so that I can see better and keep up with the chat. And I think you're a moderator. Okay, good. Excellent. We got a moderator in place here. All right. Hey to the Good Vibe Tribe, to Jet Woods. Thanks for tuning in this evening. It's so nice to be supported by friends and family, and to each of you who are connecting with me wherever you are and will be in the right moment and at the right time. Let me clear my glasses off here a little bit. All right, so this evening, it's been a while since I've been on YouTube live or done any readings for that matter, because I've been really heavily involved in the 3D world, if you will. That's what we like to refer to as the regular everyday life. And so I've been deeply focused on my other life as a researcher, and it kind of was zapping all of my energy in terms of being able to do readings and things for the public. So it's nice to be back in this vibration and to be here sharing with you. Now, part of what I wanted to do in this particular message is use some decks that I've acquired recently, fairly recently, like in the last 90 days or so. And also to, like, the energy of the dragon really started coming in, and unicorns and the magical realm. So whenever that happens, it's always wonderful to get an oracle deck that helps to understand. So I'll get things in my dream time, and then also the synchronicities and things like that will come up. And so for me, oracle cards facilitate the conversation with spirit that I'm having. A lot of times, like, we may hear clairaudiently or feel or get a sense of things through our third eye or claircognizance. But if you're like me, then at times you may be a little uncertain of how to interpret things. And so, I always laugh about it's like playing charades with my guides, that sometimes I know they're like, oh, that's not what we meant at all. You know what I'm saying? So oracle cards are a beautiful way for me to gain clarity, and the way that my gifts activate, the images really do help bring in messages that are very unique to me. And so as these cards come up, as you begin to feel into them and sense them, then know that that is your particular message from spirit. I also tend to love the guidance that the people who create the oracle cards bring in, because they have connected with spirit in a very specific way and are bringing the tools to us to use. And there's a lot of beautiful things that are written in these books, and very moving. So my readings tend to be a combination of what I receive, and then also, of course, referring back to the material. Some of these decks that I have, as I said, are new. So I don't read through decks when I first get them. I just really like to be delighted and surprised when I see a card for the first time, and that really activates the message of the moment rather than having like an understanding of the context prior to receiving it. That's part of my joy and delight of opening a gift from the universe, if you will, every time I tap into the reading. So with that being said, I also want to give a shout out this evening to Melanie of Naked Lady Mandalas. Melanie is a beautiful sister that I met. I was connected to her through the mandala of people because we're all connected through my friend Shannon at Heaven to Earth 1111 on Instagram and TikTok. And Shannon, I think I saw one of Melanie's posts over a year ago, and it was this beautiful mandala artwork. And so her Instagram is Naked Lady Mandalas, and she is an amazing artist that just brings in beautiful energy. And she does installations on like pavement for the community and on the walls of her residence for the people to see. And then also beautiful, I think she's had a coloring book. I mean, just the amazing precision and flow that mandalas create is just something that I think is amazing. So, and we connect a lot on synchronicities and things. So this evening, wanting to honor her and the gift that she gifted me, which is a beautiful shell from the beach there. Her daughter collected the shell, and then she created this piece for me. I've got a video of me unboxing it, and I will get that edited and shared at some point with some more information. But this is the final product. And so, of course, being that we were getting with the mermaids today and unicorns or a synchronicity that we shared, I wanted to bring in this message. And it says, embrace our differences with love. Peace, love, namaste, Melanie, and it was on 2/22/22. So this is a beautiful, beautiful mandala expression. And so I'm just delighted to have it in my space for this message this evening. So the decks that I'm going to be using, I've got 3 mermaid decks, 2 dragon decks, and a unicorn. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we've got the magical mermaids and dolphins, which I've had this deck. It's a Doreen Virtue deck. I've had it for many years. It's probably one of my first oracle decks. I love mermaids. Those of you who know me know that. And then the Oracle of the Mermaids by Lucy Cavendish. I think I actually had this deck before I had the Mermaids and Dolphins deck. It's very interesting. This deck, I think, when I first started reading, was a little more in depth, and I wanted something that I could use on a day-to-day basis more easily. And so that's why I got this magical Mermaids and Dolphins. And then this Myth and Mermaid, Oracle of the Water by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And again, this deck is like really weird and mystical kind of thing. So I don't necessarily use these for every day. So it'll be interesting to see what messages come through with those. That's our mermaids. Then we've got the dragons, the dragon oracle cards by Diana Cooper. Love Diana Cooper. Her energy is so beautiful. And actually the second deck, the Magic of the Unicorns deck, is also a Diana Cooper deck. So she's written books about the unicorns, the Atlantis, the dragons. She does readings on her channel. Beautiful, like a beautiful lady as well. She just makes me giggle, right? So, and then the Dragon Path Oracle cards by Carolyn Mitchell. This deck came to my awareness just a few weeks ago, and I've only really pulled like 2 or 3 cards from it. So I'm very interested to see. Now, I've had dragons come in my presence. Like at one point, I felt myself kind of like swooped up into the wing of a dragon many, many years ago, and I could feel its breath and breathing and kind of like smell the fumes, if you will, from it. And I just felt so comforted as I was brought into its chest and its wings. That was like probably 2015, 2016, that happened. And of course, the unicorns and all these energies are things that I've loved since childhood. And so it's very much a delight to be able to experience a deeper relationship with them and their energies in terms of guiding my spiritual journey to a higher elevation. So to get started with, we're going to go ahead and dive on in with the mermaids here and see as a base what the guidance is that wants to come through. Excuse me here, let me get myself situated for us. So from this deck, I'm going to get 3 cards just to see where we are overall. We just had the Virgo new moon, and we're right ahead of the spring equinox, which is the beautiful start to our blooming season as we've emerged truly from the night of the winter and moving from that point forward. At the point when the sun and moon, the dark and the night light are equal, we move into increasing hours of summer and sunlight and growth and blooming. So it's beautiful, beautiful energy. I definitely can feel it here in Atlanta with the weather changing, and been beautiful to be outdoors. And I've got a plant actually blooming in my front living room. I'm actually able to keep it alive, which is amazing for me because I don't really have a green thumb, but it's bearing new leaves, which is beautiful as well. So, all right, let's see what we've got here. All right. So the first guidance that comes through says, make a decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. All right. So as you can see here, see if we can get this without the glare. She's like in this pool, and this is like in our feelings, in our emotions, in the water. And there are other people also in the water as well. And we've got a dolphin friend and palm trees, and then lilies and lily pads, lotus blossoms coming up from the mud. So making a decision, like, so our intuition is like our feeling self, our gut feelings, our hunches, are things that don't have a rational reason or a logic for us, that we should just follow that. So, you know, I don't know. Let me think about my current situation. I don't know that I'm deciding between an A or a B, but it's like every moment of the day, I'm deciding where to focus my energy. And so sometimes, because I have a lot of things creatively that are coming up right now, I have an opportunity to work on lots of little things or big things, little things to make them bigger. And I can get kind of stuck at times between this or that, this or that. Should I do this? Should I, what if I don't? And then sometimes it short circuits me and I stop, right? So I can definitely feel stuck sometimes, right? All right. Hello, Robin's Realm Readings. Yay. Good Vibe Tribe. Nice to see you. Definitely check out her channel for her messages and guidance as well. I love the community of support that we have here. You know, so like sitting in your feelings and deciding where you are with something and being honest about it. The full moon gives us an opportunity to see things to a deeper level and to explore our inner worlds. And so wanting to like sit in that, honor it, and then just decide. And there really is not a wrong decision. There's choice and things that flow from that choice, but it's not like we're going to miss out on something if we take a left. You know, if something's meant for us, then it'll come back around, even though we've taken that left turn, and we can get to it at a different time and a space, and to allow ourselves the freedom of not having the pressure of this is right or wrong. And that in and of itself can short us because we don't want to make the wrong decision, or we don't want to make the wrong choice. And not making a choice is, in fact, a choice. It's an anti-choice, meaning we just sit there, we don't progress or move anywhere. And at least we can just be swimming if we do go ahead and make a decision. And this is the next card that came out. It's interesting because this card has people in it, and so does the next card, which is friendship. And it's interesting that Robin just popped in because we have this community of, like, look at these beautiful mermaids and mer beings sitting and playing, and they're having a good time. And it says, make a date for a play day with one or more friends. And so there's two here having coffee with each other, couple back playing in the woods there. And I think there's even a manatee under there having a good time right underneath the surface. So make a date for a play day with one or more friends. So beautiful energy. I don't know about you, but the next couple of days, I do have some play days lined up. There's a beauty and laughter and lightheartedness and having a good time, not worrying about those things on our to-do list and whether they're going to get done. If we can allow ourselves the permission to go ahead and let our hair down and have a good time, right? Playing together in our community. If you're near the water, go get some water. Those of us that don't live on a beach area, are real jelly about your opportunity to go play in the sand and salt. Go outdoors if it's springtime where you are. Meet some friends if you don't have any friends, and definitely reach out to connect with your tribe. It raises your vibe in spirit and in truth. All right, and then it has here, pay attention. Notice repetitious signs and your inner guidance, as this can yield valuable information. And if you see here on this card, she is with a little dolphin. Sorry, it's so blurry. I can't really get it to focus better. But we have here the same with the dolphin playmate and noticing the signs. And I think she's even holding a humpback whale. So for some of you, you may have been seeing the signs of dolphins and whales and other sea creatures, repeating numbers like 444. I saw that 2 times today. I saw double 11s today, 777 yesterday, and I've been seeing 555s a lot. 555. I had a 555 at 55% on my phone battery. Those are about change. So that's big change with that synchronicity hitting that moment of my awareness to let me know. And, my thing is that I decide what the changes are going to bring in. So yes, say yes to whatever you've been considering and thinking and making a decision of, and pay attention, because there truly is nothing that is random or accidental in the world. It's all like watching signposts to your GPS to take you to your highest dimension and to your desired outcome, the desires of your heart, the things that make your soul sing. Those things are that which is also going to uplift humanity by you just being in your happy place. All right. So paying attention to what is going on. All right. So let us go in with a dragon card now. Since we've got 3 mermaids decks, we'll see what the dragons want to say for this moment as well. It's interesting. I've been watching the Harry Potter movies from start to finish in my downtime. And I just finished the last one, night before last, I guess. Yeah, night before last. And it was funny because they actually saved a dragon from being chained up in the bottom of a vault, and that dragon took them off to their freedom, right? So there's a beautiful lesson in that, and that all creatures wanting to be free and liberating ourselves and others that we see stuck can ultimately lead us to a higher altitude, a higher vibration and freedom, right? So let's see here. We're going to draw just one dragon here in this deck. I think two dragons. Okay. Let's see what we have here. All right. Dark blue Galactic Dragon. It helps you listen to the voice of the universe. Ignite the codes of your master blueprint, access cosmic wisdom, and enter higher service. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness. So if we are paying attention to the signs and symbols and trusting our intuition, then we are going to be able to connect and listen to the voice of the universe. And I love it. There's like stars coming in, and it's like he's capturing, or he or she is capturing the stars or the sparks of inspiration that are coming in from above, from divine source. Oh, that's beautiful. Blue also, and there's purple of our crown chakra. Blue is like our truthful expression, our throat chakra. And of course, the galactic energy is that of utter expansion. There is no limitation to our galaxy and how far it goes. Like it can reach beyond what we have been able to measure or see. And the same is true with our realities. Like we can reach levels that we've never before seen as possible when we tap into the higher guidance, which can take us beyond our logic and our mind of how we think things should be. And we find ourselves somewhere that defies our expectation and that blows it out of the water, because we've been able to see it from the highest perspective possible and then bring that into reality. That's beautiful information. I do want to see what this galactic dark blue galactic dragon, it also, feels like Sirius energy planetarily, and also Archangel Michael with that strong blue and purple. Ignite the codes of your master blueprint. And what did I say before is like, I have all these things that I want to do, but all of them actually are within my understanding of what is in my galactic blueprint to do. They're just activities that kind of fall under that umbrella. And so when I get overwhelmed with choosing which thing to do, understanding that no seeds are ever lost and that I can water them in the future when the timing is more aligned for that particular aspect to come out of my blueprint. And there are things that are taking years to come into awareness, but that's the beauty of the processes, that I get to experience it for, it may take, I've been in business with the Viberarian. My first elevation station was 5 years ago, right? And so like I've been able to witness the expression of my divine blueprint as the Viberarian, and tend to it and nurture it and make choices for different branches to receive more nourishment in terms of my time and attention. And then coming back to other things, and things that I thought were dormant are now coming forth to do differently. And so that is part of the beauty of trusting that I have not made any wrong choices. I've only made decisions that have supported my growth, and that when I've trusted my higher self, that has led me to the highest possible outcome. And when I have doubted and gone with my logical mind, it has still led me to my highest possible outcome. All right, so let's see, where do we have the dark blue Galactic Dragon? This one is a ninth dimensional dragon that's on page 104. And 14 is a significant number for me because it's my birthday. So I love that this is a 104. And I see. These dragons shimmer with golden sparkles of cosmic wisdom, for they harness the light of the stars, planets, and constellations. When we are ready, they touch us with this light, enabling us to embody the illumined energy and wisdom they contain. While many of us are now able to attune to the ninth dimension, it is still an awesome light filled with joy, love, and wisdom beyond our current comprehension. Dark blue galactic dragons can send bursts of this cosmic searchlight through us to ignite the hidden codes of our master blueprint, the seventh dimensional light of our soul, so that we can listen to the voice of the universe. Your soul journey has taken you to the stars and beyond. The dark blue galactic dragons now invite you to communicate with the masters of the universe, the intergalactic council, where you can contribute your energy for the smooth ascension of the planet. It is time to listen and serve. Ask the wondrous dragon who has come to you to tune you into the intergalactic council, where you will be offered the honor of petitioning the council. Decide whether your petition is for the welfare of animals or humanity, or to assist the ascension of the planet. Then ask the dragon to take you to the council to present your petition. Dark blue galactic dragons will also instruct you during meditation or sleep. This will enable you to serve in a galactic capacity and will hugely expand your energy fields. Okay, let me grab something here. This is my most recent acquisition from Ross. All right, my little favorite store, Reach for the Stars. And look at that, right? So, excuse me, here we have this dark blue galactic dragon energy coming in. Beautiful. Excuse me, I'm gonna leave that right there. All right, intergalactic dragons, welcome. Expanding, reaching for those stars, and activating my divine blueprint and yours. All right, let's see what the next message is from this. Oh, wow, look at this. I love it because the Aquamarine dragon from Neptune. Let me pause before I begin this. So I think there is also this week, I've seen headlines in the science that talk about there is a beam that has come, that has been spotted coming through into our galaxy, and the instruments of, the NASA observatories have seen it. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I know the guy over at Suspicious Observers has said something about it recently. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and, being the Viberarian, I have to look up things when it comes into my awareness because I'm a librarian at heart. Okay, so let's see what it says here. Amazing star beam. Repeating stellar explosions. This was 4 days ago. All right, so I'm going to link this video into the notes below. I'm going to watch it because I didn't watch it yet, but the fact that there's a beam being talked about in here, maybe we're receiving planetary codes from that particular beam while the scientists are trying to figure it out. All right. So this one is the Aquamarine dragon from Neptune, which enables you to access your deepest soul wisdom. Spirituality and wisdom are available to you. Develop your psychic abilities and receive ineffable soul knowledge. I love this. This is so beautiful. And of course, here we are with the mermaids and the dragons, and we have this aquatic. It's like Rhea and the water dragon, right? Poseidon's trident, the key here as well. And I know that Magenta Pixie just recently posted a video. I saw it come across my subscriptions again. Mind you, I haven't watched these videos, so I can't necessarily vouch for what the content is, but what I can say is that following the paying attention to the signs and the synchronicities lets me know that I need to go look at it. It says Aquamarine Equinox Rising, 10 Days of Darkness / Light Wave, March 20th, 21st, and 22nd, 2022. So this is on Magenta Pixie's channel. Aquamarine, Neptune, and water. And of course, I always wear my Larimar, which is like a portal to Lemurian energies. And I'm surrounded by aquamarine in my living environment because it speaks so much to my mermaid self. We have here a key. We have little sea dragons in the picture and a big dragon. So we have the little dragon, the big dragon, and it's holding the key here. So again, our watery emotional selves getting in tune with our intuition and our inner selves is a key to unlocking our experience. So let's see what the aquamarine dragons want to say. This is so much fun. This is 7th dimensional dragons. And of course, 7 is my little number. That's my calling card to the divine feminine. I have 7s everywhere in my environment. It's one of the symbols and synchronicities that lets me know that I'm getting something from the feminine aspect, the intuitive feeling nature of my higher consciousness and creator spirit. So let's see here. All right. Neptune is the watery planet of advanced spirituality and enlightenment. The aquamarine dragons from this illumined planet carry the light of the universe, which contains spiritual information and knowledge. They will approach us and ask us to tune into them so that they can download the light into our energy fields. This will enable us to take information and know how to apply it wisely. As these gentle dragons flow around us, they also help us to access more of our ineffable soul knowledge and wisdom and pass it to others humbly, sincerely, and honestly. They have the ability to pour liquid light into us, which builds our crystalline light body more quickly and enables us to shine. They also enhance our psychic development by enabling our psychic chakras to open up more easily. We may find our subtle knowing is heightened after encountering them. The guidance, aquamarine dragons from Neptune are water dragons. They will flow around you, surrounding you with their aquamarine energy and awakening your psychic abilities. Connect with them often. For each time you do so, they will light up more of the keys and codes of your true essence. This will bring you soul contentment and a sense of your divine magnificence, and you will experience higher levels of enlightenment and see your world and the universe through different eyes. Your guidance is to drink a glass of blessed water as you tune into these dragons. Then they will be able to touch you more profoundly. That's amazing because I actually was guided to get some water before I started the video. And one of the things that I use is an orgonite charger to sit my water on. So I can, charge it. I speak to the water in order to affirm it, do Reiki on the water. So, asking to receive more of your watery awareness, as you work to get in touch with your inner guidance, the downloads that are coming in. So I would definitely say that we are being activated with this energy. Hello, Julia. Welcome to the live. Thank you, everyone who's here. I'm trying to keep an eye on it. Thank you, moderator, for holding down the chat. Right? So this download that's coming in is opening up more of our psychic abilities, and clearly that we are being supported in order to process and be able to get in tune with these energies. I'm looking for the other mermaid card. Yes, about paying attention as we get in touch with our intuition and our inner selves, connecting for that higher guidance and downloads. All right. Now, all right, Julia, you haven't missed anything. Everything is in time and as it should be. You've missed a little bit, but you'll be able to catch up because they are still bringing in a download. All right, so now I want to go to the Myths and Mermaids deck and see what comes in from this particular guidance of the mermaids. So we've done the magical mermaids and dolphins, and then the dragon deck by Diana Cooper, and now we're doing Jasmine Beckett's. All right. Yes, sending all that shiny love back to you. All I can see is purple on your icon, Julia, and of course we had purple here, and the violet flame has been a big conversation in my circle this week, transmuting lower vibrational energies with that purple, with that higher divine, bringing in light codes and spreading love to others through holding the violet flame energy, which we need right now. All right, so thank you for bringing that purple energy into the chat. All right, one more shuffle from this. This deck is really interesting, I'll say that. All right. Okay, I'm getting a tone in my ear. Very, very interesting. I guess I'm getting a download. A certain slant of light. Okay, this is a very interesting and watery card for sure. A certain slant. She's got a little baby dragon, it looks like, with her under the water. Here we go with the energy. And you see she's holding her heart here. That's like such a poignant kind of emotional feeling. Oh, wonderful, Julia. It says love inside your icon. Beautiful. So look at this mermaid holding her heart, right? A certain slant of light. What I'm getting with this is like, it's deep in the dark depths of this, which are emotional depths, or that which touches us at the heart level, at the most tenderest place, right? And we've all been like underwater and seen how the rays of light go in to illuminate and how magical it looks when that shines down. So, I think that one of the things that, even as you look at her face, it's kind of sad at this moment. And so we might have been going into things in our emotional depths that are tender to us, that are where we're fragile and our most vulnerable deep inside. And also we have all this going on in our society right now with the conflicts and the things that we can view happening that are not peaceful and not loving in the world. And so how we look at those things and the energy that we use, it's like the certain slants of light says how you look at something. Can you find the light in a situation and circumstance? Can you look at the things that you uncover in yourself emotionally with light? Can you find a way to see the silver lining in this? It's very, very interesting. And this is card number 28, which would be a 10, which is about cycles, ending and beginning and conclusions, but not yet starting. All right, so let's see what we have here for this. There's a poem first. From the darkness there emerges illumination deemed divine, feckless searching terminated by insight most sublime. From despair and confusion erupts another form of sight, lucidity all resulting from a certain slant of light. Okay, so from the darkness emerges something that will keep us from searching. I'm going to look up feckless because, again, I'm very specific. I need to know what the word means in order to be able to use it in a sentence appropriately later. Feckless, lacking initiative or strength of character or irresponsible. Okay, so that's back to that place of being in indecision, right? Being paralyzed by not knowing how to go forward or to make a choice of going forward at all. So this something, a divine light emerges in order to stop our searching unsuccessfully. And by insight most sublime, like our insights from our divine and the higher self that can illuminate for us, that is absolutely beautiful, right? So it says a pensive mermaid lies in her grassy pond waiting for an answer to come to her. A grand light shines from above, illuminating her and her surroundings in a moment of divine insight and understanding. That's that moment, right? When the light bulb goes on. Okay, I love that because here we have this waiting in the pool. I love when they come on top of each other and amplify the messages. Darkness and confusion are commonplace in this world, but do not worry. Illumination is coming in the form of a new way of viewing your environment or situation. Some call it divine insight and others enlightenment. Either way, be prepared for a new perspective. A sudden shift in thinking will arise from the uncovering of unknown facts, opinions, or desires. These new points will help you understand where you are now and help you to answer some of the questions that have been gnawing at you for some time. Be prepared, though. The illumination may be subtle and easy to miss. Keep your eyes open and your spirit curious so that you do not miss out on the illumination you have been so longing for. Okay, so paying attention to the signs, being ready for that download and that information that's coming from the galactic source through our higher aspects. Now, in the challenging position, it says that you already know the answer is within you. You already know the answer to your current problem. It is in plain sight before you, but you are being too stubborn to admit it. Relax and admit that you may have to go in a direction you do not like. It is not weak to back down and realize you were wrong. Actually, it is mature to admit mistakes. You can then continue forward with your head held high. Okay, I love that. I mean, indecision, choices, and how we move and how we go forward, paying attention to the signs so that the new illumination that is coming in, and with our expanded psychic awareness and abilities, here to gently allow this light to come into us. All right. Oh, all right. Let's see what we have next. All right, that was Mermaids. Okay, we're going to go into the other dragon deck. This is the Dragon Path. So we're looking at a new path forward. This deck is, I've not used this. Like I said, I pulled only 3 cards from this deck so far. So let's see what dragon guidance, we'll get 2 from this particular deck. Oh, and I just am realizing, look here, the galactic codes and the star energy. Beautiful. That's the back of this particular deck. All right. Let's see. It's like there's nothing to be fearful about. Like a lot of times there's an anxiety that comes up that's like, oh, what am I missing? Am I not getting it? Am I being too stubborn? But it's like, okay, yeah, maybe I am being stubborn right now, but it's gonna be okay. And if I gently stop trying to judge myself and start accepting that I am where I am, and maybe I have been spinning my wheels fecklessly, as I said, and to be able to receive the illumination and being still and quiet so that light and that higher guidance, not my ego mind, my critical mind, but so that the spirit connection of self, which is never judging and never pressuring, can actually begin to communicate with me and clear out all the chatter of, you're doing it wrong. All right, let's see here. One more shuffle. Wow. Magic and manifestation. Look at these. It's like as above, so below. It's a balance here. And this is a card. It's number 7. Okay. So magic and manifestation. We've got like this purple again. All right. Purple, the blue behind it, the spiral of energy, as above, so below, receiving like the message from the golden galactic dragon into ourselves. That's all what I'm getting right here. Okay, pausing real quick just to read in the chat. We've got 5 towers, okay? So 5 towers, there's that change energy coming in, right? Sitting with our emotional feelings after a tower has come into our reality, right? So that definitely, sometimes change happens when we think we're not ready, but it's always in aligned with the divine plan, whether we think it's time for it or not. All right, and so yes, blessed travel to Robin in our chat, who says that her cat transitioned under the Virgo moon, and that is traveling then to be with her sister Mary in the higher dimensions. So we honor that transition, that change from the death transition to the new life on a higher plane. All right, yes. And so we also have someone who says yin and yang. Definitely, I saw that as well. It's like, but you see this, you see the bubble over the mouth, right? It's also like sending in, it's like an information bubble, like being passed on from one to the other. And it's, I can see behind here, okay, here we have Metatron's cube in the background. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there are the circular points on the 5 of the Metatron's cube. And so Metatron is divine guidance coming in, channel guidance from the highest realms in the angelic order, all right, coming down into us through our crown chakra, through that purple portal through us. All right, so let's see what it says here for number 7, magic and manifestation. My Roman numeral are not that great. It says, we are here to help turn your dreams into reality, change your world, and support you. These 2 dragons are the only pair on one card in the deck. Originally, they were separate, but as I began to connect with them more deeply, I realized that they were a beautiful, let's see here, pair of two equal parts, magic and manifestation. These unusual dragons are powerful allies to have and are among the most influential and magical of all the dragons yet to come to Earth. If they have shown themselves to you, their message is this: we have danced into your consciousness to reassure you that the worst is now behind you. Your journey has been a long and arduous one at times. Now look to the future and embrace what is to come. They carry the limitless energy of magic and manifestation and warn. Be sure and clear in your intentions when invoking our presence, for we are the alchemists. Is what you are asking for what you truly desire? Will it serve and benefit your higher purpose? Call upon us when you want things to swoop into your life. We are here to help you turn your dreams into reality, change your world, and support you as you undertake your journey. Look deep inside and ask what it is you really want. Once you are clear about your choices, we will assist you in achieving them. These dragons will dive to your aid when you need any kind of practical support. If you need help on a specific aspect of your physical existence here on Earth, you can call upon their dynamism to help you manifest it. These dual dragons are known as the miracle makers. Oh, wow, that is so beautiful. So when it says getting clear, making a decision, spending time inside yourself in order to manifest what it is that you're intending, like getting clear, what is it? You got to make sure that you want what it is you really are asking for. So let me tell you, I have to make this real personal because a week or so ago, I was, prompted to say, well, how do you want to live? Do you want to be, in two-footed in the 3D world and in the 5D world and balancing? Because it's like up to you how you want to do this. And I was like, I really want to have more time to do the spiritual work because I feel more fulfilled by it. It's what I want to do. And then I was supported in doing that over the weekend, last weekend. It was great. I did like my first video in a while. And I'm like, oh, this is great. And then Monday morning, I'm logged into my little 3D stressful job. And I get an email midway through the morning that says, well, after this phase is done, you'll no longer be needed for this project. Matter of fact, the next phase is going to continue without you, but we may activate you for this particular project a little bit later, but for right now, consider yourself done when you get through with this next batch of review. And I thought, okay, all right, that wasn't planned, but now I'm more mature in my trust walk with spirit. And of course, I called my friends who immediately was like, it's cool. You'll be cool. Everything's all right. Right. And I'm like, so you have to be careful what you ask for because literally things can move very quickly. So here it swooped in, swooped in on Tuesday. By Monday, I was notified. By Tuesday, I was stopped. And by Wednesday, I just really crashed and folded into myself. And I was really so like at a place of really relief because I was like, oh, okay, I can get my schedule back to how I need it to be and not feel so stressed. And I know that, I'll probably be activated to do it again, but maybe in a lesser degree because I really asked to be focused more firmly on my higher service as the Viberarian, right? So you have to make sure that you are really wanting what it is that you envision and say for yourself, right? Very, very real for me in this now moment. All right. And so let's see what's on the bottom of the deck here. Singled. Ooh, look at this dragon. I have no idea what this dragon is, but it's a pretty regal one if I say so. Its eyes are like piercing blue. And it looks like it's in the ocean. I can see like a nautilus shell almost, or a circular here in the heart. Well, actually, it looks like mountains, but it kind of feel like in the water and waves, right? Everyone in the chat saying, yes, it works out, sometimes. So it always works out, right? And again, having the support of your community and your tribe while you go through change and transformation is very, very, very essential to the journey. So let's see what single, now this is a 12, 10, 2, 2, yes, so it's 12, that's 3. So we're dealing with ascended mastery. We're dealing with the mind, body, spirit balance. I definitely was not in mind, body, spirit balance when I was involved in the way that I was. Don't get me wrong, it was an answered prayer that I was doing that work, but it's okay when you're ready to move into a new ask from the universe to align with your soul. So I see like sing gold, right? Sing. My soul song wanted to sing and to have more opportunity to do that. And that is like the gold, right? The treasure is where your soul can sing in its happiness. And as I mentioned before in the Harry Potter, like the dragon was down there guarding the gold, but it was like ill-gotten gold and things that the unscrupulous bankers basically had. They knew that they were bringing in stuff that had been stolen and thieved, and there was dishonesty there, but it was their business of banking, and they had been torturing this dragon by giving it pain, and they had trained it so that when this certain sound happened, it would cower because they had trained it to associate that sound with pain. And think about all the times and ways that we are associated something with pain, and then we pull away from it, even though the actual painful thing is no longer there. We've been conditioned to not really stand in our power and authority. And so breaking those chains and having the support of other benevolent beings to help us break those chains so that we can truly emerge free out of this system that we're all in. That's what I'm getting here in the channeling. All right, let's see here. Do that which lifts your heart to bring forth your deep inner smile from within. All right. Singold is the dragon of gratitude, and he arrives when we need to take notice and now acknowledge old negative patterns. He asks us to recognize old emotional blocks. For example, these can be self-doubt, fear, or jealousy. He has these words to say about gratitude. Review your life to date and find things to be grateful for so you can rejoice in who you are. Acknowledge the fears, envy, guilt, or anger within. Accept the niggling doubts. Admit they are present, for they are a part of you. But you have no need to dwell here, for they are part of your past and are no longer relevant to your life now. Instead, revel in the pure joy of being alive. Seek the positive in your existence here on earth. Uncover the things to rejoice about. Do that which lifts your heart to bring forth your deep inner smile from within. Seek a totem to act as a reminder. This can be an object small enough to carry or wear daily, maybe a beautiful shell or a crystal. Set the intention within it to stay focused on being joyous and grateful. Okay, I know somebody who found a shell today, and we just were talking about it on the way when I was coming in from this evening. So, and this is on page 77. So again, that's a double divine feminine here. It says, this can be an object small enough to carry or wear daily, maybe a beautiful shell or a crystal. Set the intention within it to stay focused on being joyous and grateful, so that when this totem is on your person, it reminds you that all is as it should be. You are learning the lessons of gratitude, and you are exactly where you should be now. Think, chant, write, or sing joy, happiness, peace, laughter, but above all, gratitude. Put it to music, dance with it, practice gratitude numerous times daily until joy and feeling grateful become an intrinsic part of your everyday life. Count your blessings until an attitude of gratitude resides in your heart and settles you into a new pattern of being. Go forward with love deep in your heart. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, see, I always, like, I was just in the bath earlier today, and it was like I was so happy because it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm taking a beautiful bath in the afternoon. I'm like, oh, this is so great, right? And as I was in the water, I was just like, oh, I'm looking around my bathroom and my space. I'm like, oh, I'm so grateful. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. Like it really makes me emotional in a beautiful way, right? To feel the gratitude for every moment, for the friendship and the laughter times that I have ahead of me, and the delicious food and the ways that I get to connect with people. It's just so much to be thankful for. And so, that when I mentioned that mermaid sitting down deep with her feelings and touching her heart and the certain slants of light, the way that we look at it, if we look at everything through the filter of gratitude and how can I be grateful for this situation, it absolutely changes and shifts our experience. So, all right, from this dragon path on our journey. Okay, moving on to the final two here. We've got the Oracle of the Mermaids by Lucy Cavendish. So let's see. And then we'll have the unicorns. Thank you, everyone who's tuned in. Everyone who stayed awake. I know some of my viewers say they try to listen, but then they fall asleep because it goes a long time. But I do what I am guided to do in terms of the downloads. And when I draw decks, they tell me what to do, and I definitely understand why. So it's for me to receive, and it's definitely okay for you to listen to in pieces, parts, and segments. Okay. All right. One more. Two more. I forgot this deck I set up to do reversals, so we want to see what we have here. All right, for somebody in the chat room, first person to give me pile 1, 2, or 3. Let's do this collectively. Which card should we read from for this mermaid deck? All right, card deck 1, 2, or 3. Top card will be our message here. I got to give the time lag a little bit of moments for somebody to pop in. Anyone? I'm gonna give it another 10 seconds, and then I'm gonna switch over and shuffle them again and draw. Oh, 2. Julia says 2. All right, thank you. All right, so this one is in a challenge position, which means it is reversed. Okay, freedom, independence, and self-determination. Okay, so we had 2. Now, this is an interesting card because it's very red. We've got this skull on here. And what else do we have? Oh, it's like a sword and pirate's treasure energy. So it's interesting because I spoke about that dragon that was chained up before, that it was imprisoned, and where are we trapping ourselves in indecision and the way that we're viewing stuff. this orange and this red, like we create our reality. So if we feel that we are not free or that we are trapped in a circumstance, then that is what the reality and the foundation, the red, our root chakra, will be based on that belief system. So when it was talking about being very careful about what you create with your magic and what you manifest from that, I imagine this is about empowering. Oh, wow. And this is card number 7 again. All right. So we're coming from the feminine energy, right? So let's see here. What else am I getting? Yeah, and it's interesting because it's almost like her tail looks like angel wings, right? But so liberating ourselves from the energies of the pain and the wounded, what I talked about with the dragon, like it been conditioned to expect pain from whenever it heard this sound. They had basically entrained the dragon and domesticated it into a certain way. So definitely wanting to look at where we've been conditioned to expect pain. And let's say here, so this is just rather long. I'm going to go through the first part. Sometimes in life, we identify and define ourselves by the groups or organizations we belong to. Somewhere along the way, our unique energy can be muffled. With this card, we mermaids are asking you to consider who you are when you are not a member of a family or a relationship or an organization. It is time to be self-determined rather than considering the needs of the group, which is noble and wonderful. And oh, it is so good. We are asking you to be independent, to have at last your own source of money. Just a small account will do where you place money for your dreams, to have a sense of who you are, whether in or without a loving relationship, to know who you are and what it is you love and like and wish for and dream of and desire for the world, apart from the desires of the family or group. Because the group mind has at this time dominated, however gently, you own your independence and self-determination. So take some time, detach from the group, watch, observe, but go within and feel and begin to note what it is you wish for and begin to contribute those dreams to the group. Too long have you kept silent about your needs and desires, placing others before your own. When this card comes to you, we mermaids are saying it is your turn, but first you must get to know yourself, your true self, all over again. In the reversal, it says, denying and withholding that you are an individual, seeing yourself as only part of a group and feeling fearful of who you would be or of what would happen if you were to be alone for a time. Ask yourself this very simple question. If you were alone for a week and there were no groups around to ask you to vote or think or look or be a certain way, who would you be? It may be that you have changed your appearance, your beliefs, or even your body to please or be more closely aligned with another. All right, and the divination, it says, with her independence and fleeting attachments, this mermaid shows us how to maintain who we are within intimate physical relationships. Her unabashed beauty and sexuality and her self-consciousness allure her unself-conscious allure show us that we are desirable and powerful simply for being alive. If we feel an affinity only with the mermaid who gives up herself in order to be joined with a lover, we should sincerely examine just how much of ourselves we change when we are with a partner. This mermaid syndrome can extend to women or men who change their appearance, manners, interests, or religion to be with a lover. The mermaid's presence in our life requires that we become closer to who we truly are and honor our own truths instead of adopting and adapting to another's, sacrificing who we are in order to be with another who may not require that we change at all. Okay, this is so timely. That's the importance of having friends and support who accept you for who you are. And that's one of the things, like even with me doing this channel and choosing the activities that I do as the Viberarian, it's like I just have to honor and be true to me and how I work with spirit and what my vision is. And that means I have to discover what my vision is. I have to go within in order to figure it out rather than looking at the projection that is out there for me to align with. I definitely have been in relationships where I lost myself or changed myself or conformed myself in order to be in line with that I wanted, wearing a mask and being false, right? So, and I'm also divorced many, many years now. So Julia in the chat room also says that, and many of us, even in the workplace, like one thing that was very challenging for me before I left full-time work is that, like when I would work in, like when I was working in the state law library and working with the Attorney General's office, this was like 15 years ago, I would sit across the table from people who their job was to make sure that if there was somebody who was supposed to die on death row for the state, that they did. And their job was like, the jury already decided it. They said this person's guilty. So we're there advocating that the people's will be done. If that means this person was injected or electrocuted, at the staff meeting the next day, they would be talking about, well, we successfully saw to it and he was executed at 12:05. We defeated the governor's stay. It was like all this stuff. And inside I was like, how is that your successful job, right? Like I couldn't align myself. And I understood it, that that's what the law was, that they're very clear that we were just doing what the people's will was, what the jury of the peers of this person decided that they should be put to death for their crime. But I could not sit any longer in that dynamic, even though I liked the people and I understood that they didn't necessarily want to go murder another person. They were just enforcing the system that we were in. But that was like, it was making me sick, right? And I could no longer hold my political viewpoints in as a person who is not pro death penalty for any reason. I could not sit and support that with my mind and effort. So I asked the universe, let my superpowers be used for good, right? And so that led me along a trajectory of continually having opportunity to see in different kind of environments of being a librarian, what was okay with my soul and what wasn't. And I finally left corporate law librarianship in like 2015 full time. Now I do it differently. And my ask for spirit is that I not be in any kind of situation, circumstance where my soul is in conflict and I have to be somebody who I'm not in order to get that income, that root chakra stability, that grounded that I need to pay my bills, So yeah, it's very challenging to uncover, and the situations that we're in life are going to give us an opportunity for us to see if we are who we think we are, right? Most of the times we're focused on, is that person who I think who they say they are? Are they going to be who they say they're going to do this? But really it's about us. Am I who I think that I am? And when I am, then I reflect to myself people who also are living in their authenticness, who are living in the same frequency that I'm in. The vibe attracts the tribe. And there are more and more people departing from the old and stepping into that new, as we're all being activated with these new light codes, and we're hearing our soul songs sing even more as we're getting in touch with our inner selves and deciding whether or not we're going to follow and trust our intuition and make that leap of faith, following our North Star and reaching to a place that we're not going to recognize, and being actually happy that we don't recognize it. Like every day that I'm in a reality that looks different than my reality 10 years ago is one of those days when the gratitude just pours from my heart, because I'm so thankful. I had a good time while I was in it, but I'm super happy that I'm not in it in the same way anymore. Okay. All right. So for the last guidance here, we're going to get what the magic of the unicorns wants to add. Again, this is a fairly recently new acquisition for me as well. So let's see what magic and the unicorn horn wants to come through, what that realm wants to contribute to the conversation. All right. All right, and so if whoever else is in the chat room, would you tell us which pile, 1, 2, or 3 for the unicorn, which whoever I see first with the number will be the number that we go with. Keep shuffling until we see a number. I keep seeing at the end of the movie with where they're in the Highlander, he's like, you may take our lives, but you'll never take our freedom, right? Like, so freedom, right? Freedom for ourselves to be truly who we are and to be freed from the structures that entrap us. All right, we saw pile number 3, right? Free from our own illusions and masks. Okay, well, we got a 3 first, so we're going to go with the 3. And I've got 2 cards. I got the top and the bottom from here. All right. All right. So, ooh, wow, beautiful. This is card number 32, which is a 5. And so that's about change. And it is Cosmic Ruby. Be a peace ambassador, practice cosmic mastery. Look at that. We've got the orange and the yellow, the empowerment of our creation force, grounding in this new energy, this ruby energy. And we got the gold wings here on the horse, the illumined horn, the light of expansion moving out from that heart and centered. And being a peace ambassador, I mean, like, that is what I envision for the world, right? When it's like, be careful what you ask for. Well, I ask that all beings be free and all beings know love and all beings live to the fullest expression of their soul song for the highest good of us as a planetary and beyond our planetary experience. So beautiful golden wings coming forward here. Whew. Let me be an ambassador of peace and practice cosmic mastery. I think the galactic dragons don't visit us until we're at a level of mastery. So that definitely aligns here. And let's see, 555, bringing in that change. All right. Being the change we wish to see in the world. I am peace. I cannot be an ambassador for peace if I don't know peace from within, right? All right, let's see here. This is the card of peace and wisdom. So your unicorn is inviting you to be a peace ambassador. Archangel Uriel, which Uriel is one of the archangels that is affiliated with Libra, the sign of Libra, the scales and balance, which there are plenty of Libras in the chat this evening and the Good Vibe Tribe, my core crew. We roll deep, Libras do, okay? So check your moon sign, your sun sign, your rising sign, and see if your Venus sign is Libra, because Uriel is one of the archangels that's affiliated with that, right? It's Uriel and Uziel, I believe. Uh, Archangel Uriel is in charge of the development of the solar plexus chakra. His powerful cosmic rubies radiate red for action, gold for wisdom, and the beautiful blue of peace. Oh, he is blue. Okay, he's blue. I see. Blue for higher communication. When these gems are lit up by unicorn energy, they bring forward your self-worth and confidence so that you can take action with love and common sense, okay? Your guidance today is to ask for a cosmic ruby to be placed in your solar plexus. As you sense its light being absorbed by your systems, know that a new, improved version of yourself is stepping forward. Your guidance then is to practice being wise and calm. Your unicorn will be with you as you communicate serenely and diplomatically with everyone. Look for peaceful solutions to all the challenges that are presented to you and trust that you will be guided to find a good way forward. Ask your unicorn to place a cosmic ruby illuminated with its energy over parts of the world where people cannot express their truth or where there is conflict. Okay, can we take a moment and together intend and light the cosmic ruby over our entire planet, because there are places that we are focused on, but there are many places that we do not even hear of or know about, and sometimes even down to our own houses and homes where there is conflict running rampant. So let's pause and overlight that ruby activated with the unicorn for there to be peace. Woo. All right. Oh my goodness. Send it to learning establishments where students need confidence. Visualize it over individuals and groups who need enlightened thinking to bring about peace. Your unicorn is reminding you that a cosmic ruby accelerates your spiritual journey to intergalactic mastery. Okay, intergalactic mastery. I love it. Oh my goodness. I felt a lot of energy with that. Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to send that ruby ray out to the planet. Your unicorn is reminding you that a cosmic ruby accelerates your spiritual journey to intergalactic mastery. If this path resonates with you, visualize this gem around your energy fields and know that your unicorn is lighting the way for you. To work with this ruby, sense Archangel Uriel holding a huge, glowing, deep red ruby. Your unicorn is filling it with pure white unicorn love. Archangel Uriel places it in your solar plexus. Sense your confidence, self-worth, and inner peace growing. The cosmic ruby is expanding until it surrounds you. Send peace and wisdom to people and places everywhere. The affirmation, I seek peaceful solutions. And this is on page 111. Using our magic and manifestation to bring the peace within out, to expand, to cover all that is within our awareness. Beautiful, beautiful energy. All right, for the ruby. And the last message to bring it all home. Oh, wow. I love it. Create your vision. Look at this rainbow raising us up this golden path to higher consciousness and through the portal into a higher realm, following the yellow brick road, following that gold of our heart song and dragon single, showing us the way and embodying the rainbow rays of consciousness, balance and moving forward. And we have that three of mind, body, soul, and the ascended masters. Do what makes your heart sing. You are being nudged forward. Okay, we've got a star there. We've got the purple background. We've got the spiral coming in as well. Woo, I love it. The moonlight overlooking it, our emotional selves, that star expanding there, climbing ever higher and higher. Okay, beautiful. Create your vision. What did it say? Be very clear about what it is you want. Creating that 111, 1111, one mastery, moving into stopping and thinking about what it is that you want to create, freeing yourself from the old pain and the wounds that would cause you to recreate something that is malformed or is not to its fullest expansion. So we're on that golden path going ever upward. This card suggests that you are ready to start on another phase of your life. Before you take a step forward or possibly look for a new direction, your guidance is to open your heart and mind to all possibilities. This is important, so take some time to think about your future. What makes your heart sing? What gives you true satisfaction and fulfillment? Reflect on these questions before you commit to the next step, next part of your journey. Ask your unicorn to touch your third eye with its horn of light to enable you to decide exactly where you are going and what you really want to create or accomplish. Consider or write down the attributes you require to bring about your dream. These may be charisma, determination, strength, inner peace, or any number of other qualities. As you focus on developing the positive energies you need, your unicorn will light them up in your aura. This will attract a cornucopia of good things to you. Your vibration and that of the planet are rising, and time is speeding up. So be prepared to accelerate towards your goal with the assistance of your gracious unicorn. Everything is unfolding in divine order. Receive unicorn qualities for your vision. Sit quietly and invoke your beautiful unicorn. Sense a magnificent shimmering white horse in front of you. Gently reach out a hand to touch it and feel the connection between you. Tell it about your vision with enthusiasm. Your unicorn nods to acknowledge it has heard you. It bends its head and touches your forehead with its horn of light. Feel pure unicorn qualities pouring in to support your dream. Picture your next step as if it has already happened. Relax and integrate the energy, and then thank your unicorn. The affirmation is, my unicorn leads me towards my dream. Wow, what do we say? You're receiving the ball of light, the energy from the higher download, from the higher realms. Wow, this is beautiful. Let's see, I got so caught up, I forgot to even put these here where we could see them and meditate on them during the reading. So, I mean, there are no accidents. I guess I was going to need to handle them and bring them along for the ride during the reading, but bring those in. Okay. Reaching for the stars. I mean, this was a complete download, and I felt the energy come through. I mean, it's always amazing to me when it ties together, because it helps me to understand why I'm guided to do what I'm guided to do, and the way that is my way of doing it. And so I'm just delighted when these things, it switched very clearly from from the blues and the purples to like the reds and the oranges. We got to the final part of the download, bringing in with our magic and manifestation, and making sure that we are doing the most empowered, version of that, and bringing in freedom for ourselves and peace for ourselves and for others and all those who are in this planetary experience. So, whew, that was big, and I definitely feel the energetic flow, and I appreciate each of you who have joined this evening, and for those who find this in the perfect and divinely aligned time for your journey. I would say get ready for more change, and you definitely want to make sure that you know what seed you're planting. If it's springtime and we're planting our garden, this is when we lay out the structure of what we want to grow where. This is where we plant the seeds. If you don't want turnips, then don't plant turnip seeds. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like you're going to get tulips if you open a packet of turnip seeds and then be like upset because the crop doesn't bring forth what you want. So sit with it, go inside, go into your inner self, take the time. There's no rush, but know that we do need to go ahead and shift our intention and our will to create the magic reality for ourselves and for our planet. I'll definitely put those links for the beam that's coming in, the galactic energy that's here to help us. And I'm going to be doing some meditation myself. And of course, surrounding all of it with this just truest heartfelt gratitude to be able to have this kind of conversation with spirit and this kind of walk with spirit that is truly at a higher elevational level than what I had experienced before. So definitely enjoying this ascension to the higher vibration. So namaste to each of you. Have a beautiful evening, and I will see you again soon. Take care.